Imagine being just 8 years old, running from your home while bombs fall from the sky. You don't understand why people are fighting, why your house is burning, or why your dad never came back. This is the real story of the kids who grew up in the middle of World War II. They didn't hold guns, but they suffered more than anyone else. When World War II broke out in 1939, millions of kids across Europe lost their childhood overnight. Schools closed, playgrounds turned into bomb shelters, and the air was filled with sirens instead of laughter. In Britain, over 3 million children were evacuated from cities like London to the countryside. Many were separated from their parents, not knowing if they'd ever see them again. In Poland and Germany, things were even worse. Kids lost their homes, slept in train stations, or walked for days with refugee groups, not knowing where they were going. During the war, more than 13 million children across Europe became orphans. Imagine being 7 or 8, having to survive on your own. Some formed small groups, stealing food from military warehouses, sleeping inside wrecked tanks. Others became heroes in their own way, like Ricio, a 9-year-old Polish boy who worked as a secret messenger for the resistance. He hid coded messages inside loaves of bread, pretending to be a beggar so soldiers wouldn't suspect him. Every day that little boy risked his life for freedom. The war wasn't just fought on battlefields. Behind the lines, thousands of kids were also pulled into it, sometimes by force. In Germany, boys as young as 10 were recruited into the Hitler Youth. They were trained to shoot, march, and believe in Nazi ideology. In the Soviet Union, kids helped deliver supplies, carried ammo, and cared for wounded soldiers. In France and the Netherlands, young kids on bicycles secretly carried resistance messages. And in hiding, there was one girl the whole world would come to know, Anne Frank, 13 years old, living in an attic for 2 years, writing her thoughts while the world outside was burning. She once wrote, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are truly good at heart." Those words were written in the darkest time of human history. When the war finally ended in 1945, the world was in ruins. But for these children, the struggle had just begun. Many had no idea where their families were, or even if they were still alive. Some had been taken to other countries and grew up never knowing their real names. The Red Cross and UNICEF tried to reunite families, but thousands of kids were never found. They became known as the lost generation, kids who grew up without childhoods, without homes and without peace. Wars are started by adults, but it's the children who pay the highest price. They never chose to be part of it, yet they learned how to survive. From ruins, they built new lives. From loss, they found hope. And from history, they remind us that no victory is ever worth the cost of a child's innocence.